guys? We're back for another week of the Breaking Ball podcast. I'm joined this week with Noah King, Brennan Hansen, Sean Dale, Bruce Lord, and Milroyd. We're bringing to you guys this episode the best of Week 13 in the NFL. Good old-fashioned recap, just like we do every week.
Big boy!
Anybody got any shout-outs before we start these? Shout out.
Shout out L. Jack, MVP.
Lamar Action Jackson. Action Jackson.
No, it's just how it is.
I like to shout out.
Next week, he could be a Chiefs fan. We'll see.
I think we're going to see the Baltimore for a while for Sean Dell. We're going to see the Baltimore for a while.
I think it's going to stick. I think it's going to stick.
Yeah,
for sure.
he's a new
We're
Baltimore
winning the AFC.
fan. New Baltimore fan.
No.
Big boy ball.
I don't know if we can start mid-season, Sean. I don't know if we're going to allow that, but I'll allow you to start next year. The Commanders stink, man. The Commanders stink.
Yeah, they do.
I might let you start it next year, but we can't do it. What is this? 13 weeks.
We're not starting mid-season. You're giving up on your team. That's fine.
How are you going to tell him that? He's already in that reality. That's what you guys aren't understanding.
It's not a reality though. He's living in delusion right now. But one day, it'll be his reality. But all right, boys. Well, let's dive into these games. As every week, looking for some good opinions. Looking for no casual takes around here.
No.
But let's move right into these. Milroyd and Bruce. You boys want to give your first thoughts on this one? We got Seahawks 35, Cowboys 41. How about them Cowboys?
Bruce, I really enjoy
oh, dear Jesus.
Everyone has their own definition of greatness. Everyone has their own GOATs. But this year, however, I believe the consensus should be on Dak Prescott's shoulders. Okay? All jokes aside, man had his ankle looking sideways in 2019. And to do what he's doing now, after they wrote him off, after it was his fault, with the 30th ranked defense in the league, it's about that time. Seahawks played a great game.
You're writing this down. Make sure you're writing this down.
Seahawks played a great game, though. All credit to the Hawks guys. They have some great young players on that Hawks team. They have Bobby Wagner still going for 10 tackles a game somehow. So all credit to them. They have a really good squad. It should only get better, honestly. But yeah, out of the Cowboys, Dak, second in MVP race now. He's now tied. Brock Purdy's first. Brock Purdy did beat the fuck out the Cowboys, so I guess that is fair. No complaints there. But Dak really had a bounce back year. He's looking great. He's looking to pass the ball downfield. Interceptions, like you said at the start of the season, he's cut back on those turnovers. I believe this new offense that Mike McCarthy's sitting around him has really developed, and the acquisitions they got off the offseason, such as Brandon Cooks, has really helped Dak's gameplay and elevate him to the next level. Go ahead, Milroyd.
I'm going to start off saying Tyler Smith and the way he is starting to develop, not in the pass pro. He hasn't really figured out how to really step back in the left guard and pass pro. But the way I witnessed him maul people in run blocking this weekend, I was watching a compilation of him having 3 different pancakes in the second level, getting off his block and actually getting to the second level. I haven't seen that from Tyler Smith, not once. So I'm going to say Tyler Smith, the development I'm seeing from him, if it continues, I'm enjoying it. Deron Bland getting cooked, had about, I think, if I have the stat correct, it was 221 yards on receiving alone to him alone. Easily half of Geno Smith's completions were Deron Bland. He's looked like Trayvon Diggs as a rookie. But Dak Prescott, if he wins the MVP this year, I'm going to have to go back on a lot of things I've said about Dak Prescott. But watch it, because now he's getting some love, and this is where Dak Prescott really starts shitting his pants, when he gets some love. But we'll see. Dak, he's playing like a god. CeeDee Lamb is playing like a god. Tony Pollard, start betting him. Horse cocklock every week will be Tony Pollard anytime touchdown, because he's going to start getting his game going. And beautiful win. The Seahawks came out playing, honestly. I was surprised by that. Pete Carroll's still a good head coach. And the Seahawks, they
Yep.
came out hungry, and they
Yeah.
played a good damn game.
Yeah,
I'll
agree
say
100%.
something. I was hoping one of you two would say this, but Clete Blakeman, you got to see yourself off, big dog. 19 penalties for 237 yards.
I mean, you watched the game, Frank. The referee wanted to be on. How many flags the Seahawks had? They had damn near 7. They had damn near 19 too.
No,
It's a
that
very
was
sloppy
19
game.
in total.
Yeah.
That was throughout the whole game.
Oh,
I definitely
19
think
penalties for
I definitely think there's way too many
237
flags.
yards and penalties.
the refs want to be on the screen, Frank. You see it every goddamn week. They're
that's true,
horrible.
man. But yeah,
See
they've been
yourself
getting
off.
a lot of shit wrong,
See
man.
yourself off.
He got enough
It's
TV time.
ridiculous.
That's all I gotta say. He got enough TV time.
I do agree with
watch the
Frank
game.
though. Man, we're trying to watch the game, bro, not the
I
rest
don't
speak to
watch.
us.
Yeah, dead ass. I'm sitting there. I'm trying to watch the Blades. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to sit there and watch you signal fouls the whole game.
They got their TV time.
Just bad for ball. Bad for ball. Really is.
Yep,
Bad for ball.
I agree.
But
Not good luck for the
Deron
sport.
Bland, he's looking a whole lot more like Trayvon Diggs a few years.
Yeah,
ago,
but
which,
I-
it could be a good thing. Maybe he comes out of it. You
Development.
get.
I think
Trayvon
I
Diggs.
think it's expected. And what Darren Quinn gives up in his game plan, certain areas of the passing defense. With that many targets on Deron Bland's head, he's fine, dude. And honestly, the biggest thing you can do as a defender, if you're not giving up points, the biggest thing you can do is create turnovers and get the offense back on the field.
He did.
This
have
guy
that-
scored 30 points alone by himself. He was supposed to be a slot corner this year, and now he's basically the number one. So all those yards on him, I would say they're acceptable as long as he keeps getting turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's getting 3 touchdowns on his head, then obviously he's losing games. He's losing games. If he's giving up 2 touchdowns and as a number one corner a game, you're terrible. You're not
I
doing
hate
it
to
right.
say it though, but
So
if
far,
y'all
I
didn't
mean-
have the high powered offense y'all do, you probably would have lost this game. The defense didn't do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they do
Well, the-
though. But
the
they
Cowboys-
do. That was,
do.
They don't.
yeah, but they
The
do.
Cowboys don't have their best pass coverage player, and they don't have their best player on defense. So what do you expect?
Who?
DeMarvion Overshown. Never show that disrespect again. Never say who again.
Okay. All right.
You don't show disrespect to DeMarvion Overshown. He was a rookie play caller in camp. He had the fucking orange sticker on his
All
helmet.
We gotta cut this.
All right. Hey guys, he's not okay.
Yeah, go ahead, cut it. Cut it.
He's not okay. It's
Cut it.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
They said
It's Micah
Nostradamus
Parsons.
was wrong
It's
too,
Micah
Frank.
Parsons.
But let's hold
Okay.
on. Let's go. I'd like to, maybe I might be in recovery about Geno Smith. I might be in recovery fully. I was out on him. He looked dang good. Hate to say it. He looked dang. I don't know if he's gonna win a Super Bowl.
Oh no.
He's not gonna win
Nah.
you Super Bowl or many playoff games, but he's
I
a
mean,
decent in-season quarterback.
they got embarrassed and they were not happy getting embarrassed by the 49ers. So they came out and they played a damn good game. But
They did.
the Dallas Cowboys finally got that win over a team over 500.
That was a good win.
They're 500 now, but they were
That
over
was-
500 when we played them.
It's a great
So-
point. Cowboys are about to face their 4-game stretch.
I just want to say that.
Great
I just wanna
500
say that.
teams.
Good
That's all I
for
wanna-
you.
yeah,
Todd.
that's all I
Good
want to
for you,
say.
man. Good for you. I'm glad you could get.
We
that.
got our first one, Frank. I can
DK's
actually
back,
say
dude.
DK is back.
DK is back. He's back, man. I'll tell you
It
what.
was a huge part of me scoring 240 points in fantasy, Brennan Hansen. I want to say that. Shout that
Yeah,
out. For the
shout that out. Yeah, whatever, dude.
All right. Well, anyone got anything else on this game?
It was
Move on.
Sean,
Yeah, it was a great game, honestly, for
Yes,
both
sir.
offenses.
coming from a Commanders fan,
What's the interception record like in the season? You know, off the top of our
Good
head.
question. If Nathan Peterman,
Some dude from like the 1950s.
if Nathan Peterman played a full season for the Bills, he was breaking that shit. But hold up.
13.
13 maybe.
I thought you were talking
No,
about.
no, yeah, defensive, yeah.
Thinking.
he's talking
Oh,
about interception.
I thought you meant
Wrong.
quarterback. My fault. Single season. Let me look it up. I got you. You want single game or
Because
season?
season, because if I'm always here for history. Even though he's a Cowboy, Deron Bland is up there. He's not on Trayvon
Okay.
Diggs level, whatever 2 years ago.
No,
whatever it
no,
was.
not at all. I wouldn't say.
Well, he's got what?
He
6
is-
right now.
He has
Not
8,
good.
I think. No, he has 8.
Not good.
Well, he had 6 picks in 8 games as a rookie last year, so he's always been
Oh
the ball
shit,
hawk.
that's right. He got one in this game too, didn't he?
Yeah,
after he got for fucking.
Yeah, he was getting torched, but then he ended up with the pick.
thrown on his
And that's the thing. Quarters that are more aggressive in jumping routes and playing aggressive on the ball like that, they're more likely to give up yards. So it's a trade-off.
Sure.
You either play the receiver or you play the ball in a one-on-one. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well let's move on here. Let's keep it rolling here, boys. Next game we got on here, we got Colts 31, Titans 28. We had a little bit of OT football in this game. Brennan, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so looking back at this game, I was thinking, in hindsight, I was like, the Colts are winning this game, but the Titans made it a lot closer than I thought they would. Kind of the revival of Derrick Henry in that run game, they're starting to put more focus and emphasis on their bread and butter, which is running the football. I don't think Will Levis made too many mistakes. I mean, he didn't throw a pick. He went 16 for 33, 224, and a touchdown. I don't think they have the receivers to really be able to compete with a lot of teams in the NFL. I think their schemes and their O-line kind of hinder them from really being able to take the top off of anybody. But they made it competitive, and I think the highlight, kind of the headline of this game is Gardner Minshew and his play. I mean, this guy is rushing touchdowns in. He's making things happen. He's throwing the football sweetly. He's keeping turnovers at a minimum, and this is another game without Jonathan Taylor. So I think it's more so the headline is how the Colts can win in different ways and are continue to solidify themselves as a team in the AFC that you don't want to play, or that you have to put your best foot forward in. Michael Pittman is a wide receiver 1. We can wrap that up too. Sorry.
I would agree with that.
I would agree wholeheartedly. He is a wide receiver 1. Did they get 2 defensive? No, 1 defensive touchdown.
One.
No,
They got one.
Yeah, on a blocked punt.
what was it, pick 6?
It was
Oh, no,
it was the block
punt.
punt.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was. And then it was like a pick or something.
Right.
The other one. They got another.
You're thinking
turnover.
that the Titans had a touchdown.
Oh, did
The
they?
Titans
Was-
defense had a touchdown.
Oh, okay. That's
What's it called? I want a question for Noah. Are we getting a little worried? It's going to be a tough race in division. Are we getting a little
Colts are a
worried?
scrappy football team. They're a scrappy football.
I'm not really worried about making the playoffs. I mean, we have an easy schedule coming up. We still play the Titans twice, so I'm not really like. We play the Jets this week. They don't even have a quarterback.
Yeah.
3.
You're beating the Jets. Yeah, you're beating the Jets this week. I'm gonna look at the schedule
Mhm.
actually.
And we play Joe
So
Flacco.
you're playing for, but the AFC wild card, that's a tight ass race too, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we got a few teams dropping out. We'll get to this game, but the Texans beating the Broncos definitely changed things. And then the Steelers looking the way they do, even Cincinnati catching that dub. We'll talk about that game too. So it's rapid. It's really good. And then the Jaguars losing Trevor Lawrence. We'll get to that game too. But with a high ankle sprain, Lawrence will be out for 2
I'm
weeks. So
completely even forgetting about
Shaping
that.
up.
That's gonna be tough for the
Shaping up.
Jaguars.
that's going to be huge. It's shaping up. It's huge.
It is.
So many injuries to quarterbacks this year. I mean, devastating.
Very.
To
Hey,
name
but
a
I
few.
gotta
What do
say-
we have? Lawrence just going out with a high ankle sprain. Deshaun,
Burrow.
Burrow, right?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Rodgers.
first week.
Yeah, first week.
But
Fred
I
and,
think
Kirk
Anthony
Cousins,
Richardson too.
Anthony
I'd like
Richardson.
to bring something up here. Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year.
I mean, I would.
He's in there, I think. Him, probably D'Amico Ryans. Who else? I'd really say probably them two and
Kyle Shanahan will
Yeah,
probably
Harbaugh.
be up for that. Then.
Hey, Ron Rivera.
Kyle Shanahan. Oh, yeah.
Riverboat Run.
What did you just say?
Riverboat
Ron
Run.
Rivera's doing a great job at destroying
I
the
think-
team.
I think we all know who has Coach of the Year. Matt Wolfler. Come on now.
Stop.
Come on up.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Just in all in all, I think this was a pretty casual football game. It was good high scoring. Colts, they're in a lot of high scoring football games. That's
They are. Yeah,
They put up a lot of points.
they do. Sweet.
All right, next game here we got. Oh, this one is. I have to say this one was probably the best one of the weekend. We have Falcons 13, Jets 8.
Wow. You know, you want to talk about high octane offenses? That's what we got in this performance. I mean, edge of your seat football, foaming at the mouth.
The whole game from start to finish.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just
Guys, let me
I was on the edge of my seat.
ladies and simpletons, any Tim Boyle performance on a Sunday, strap in. Get ready. Because we're
They
going
took
to the
him
moon.
down.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm glad that
I saw-
experiment's over, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was so weird,
Well, they
man.
released him. Like, come on, we just wasted 2 games and now we're gonna
Release a
him?
player, yeah. Like,
Right.
We
what
didn't
kinda-
already know he wasn't in.
But what does that tell Zach Wilson? Because now they want him to start again, and he's reluctant because he got blamed for a
I was
situation
about
that
to
really
say
wasn't his
that,
problem.
man. That shit's crazy.
Like, yeah, he's not played well. I'm not gonna make a case for him, but that O line is dog shit. Aaron Rodgers lasted 3 plays, 2 plays behind it, and he's supposed to
Yeah.
win in this system.
It's-
The team's
it's
great
worse
though.
now.
The team
It's
is
horrible.
not a bad team, but yeah, the blocking's
they have a
terrible.
good
The
defense.
defense.
The defense is oh,
very
is
good.
great.
They're still playing hard. Though.
They are.
They're still
I mean, there's a reason why these games are defensive
it's
games.
hard. I bet.
Well,
yeah, I
the-
could not
the-
imagine to be
If
one of those guys on the defense like Quinn and
Oh,
Williams,
play their ass off every
Sauce,
game.
or any of them, and be like, "That's our offense," and you just have to keep going out.
Yeah,
there.
you basically have to hold the other team to less. than 10
Eventually, I'd
points
be
to
like,
win.
"Fuck you, I'm leaving."
Yeah, yeah.
well,
dude.
eventually, I think
right
I
off
think
the
all
field.
in all, what really the backlash behind Zach Wilson and his presence in the locker room is the reason it was harder to keep him in the QB1 starting position than it would be anybody else. Like we know he's probably more talented. I believe he's more talented than Trevor Siemian and Tim Boyle. But with all the media behind him, and then Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, and I don't feel like he's a locker room presence and a leader enough for you to go, okay, he's our guy. Let's roll with him for all the year. Obviously, he can't be because I mean we're at Tim Boyle now, who's released. Simeon's getting snaps, and Zach Wilson's still on the sideline chopping it up with Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing in New York, but it's either they figure it out. I feel like their season's kind of over. What do you guys think? I think it's kind of done.
Oh,
It's over.
I think
Yeah.
over
It's down to
3 weeks
there's
ago.
they can't make wild card in the AFC. The AFC's way too
Something like that.
competitive.
Two
No,
weeks ago?
they have
You
to
can get-
literally win out and hope
Win
other
out,
teams lose.
every other team has to lose. Yeah,
Yeah.
other teams have
Yeah.
to lose.
I saw this stat, and I don't know if it's. I believe it's true, but apparently the Jets have more first quarter safeties than they have first quarter touchdowns.
Yeah, they have 2.
Right.
Oh
Have
man,
two.
that's
Two-
insane.
2-1.
And it's
One
devastating.
first quarter touchdown and 2 first quarter safeties this year.
It's devastating. And honestly, it boils down to the O line as well. If you don't have an O line that can compete in the league, then you're not going to be able to get anything started.
That's
Uh,
a horrible stat.
Let's
What
not.
el- it's like-
it's bad. Let's
What-
not
what
overshadow the Falcons though here, okay? Because this is a Falcons team that had a division win last week against New Orleans. Beat the Jets this week. They have another divisional game against the Buccaneers this week coming up. So maybe we can see the Falcons and old Bijan Robinson, the Texas kid, go get into the playoffs and maybe make a little bit of noise.
Tell you,
you
yeah,
know?
the
So-
Falcons. That's my prediction. Falcons will make the playoffs as the one
Mhm.
in the leading their division at
Yep.
7-9, or no?
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7-9.
Well,
That
like I
checks
said,
out.
they got Buccaneers next week. Then they got the Panthers after that. 2 divisional matchups coming up in back-to-back weeks. We'll see how that pans out. But if they can pull 2 wins out there, they've got the Bears coming on week 17, so that's a dub too.
Oh yeah, that's
Frank.
free.
Yeah, that's free.
All right.
Go
Can't
Pat,
wait for
go.
Arthur Smith to fuck some shit up.
My
Yeah.
question is, man, they really shut down. I think this was just an all-around defensive game, but I didn't even realize Brees Hall had 13 carries for 16 yards.
My goodness.
Once again, goes back to the O line, man.
Yeah,
Greatness.
That's rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's rough.
and Brees Hall is a great player, man. Granted, he is coming back from that ACL, so he's probably not 100%. He's probably like 90,
Oh, no,
95, but
He's damn good. That's why I'm saying that's impressive. The 13 carries.
You can
16
Falcons-
you can also just stack the box when you know Tim Boyle can't throw the
Yeah.
ball.
100% what Noah said. Once again,
Right.
his runs against the box this game was probably 70% plus. He was running against 9 guys in his mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
The worst is then they go
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
like that.
all right, we figured out Tim's not it. All right, throw Trevor
He
in there
fumbled
now.
it 3
No,
times.
Dude, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 turnovers on the Jets side, and they still were in this
It's-
game
it's-
13-8 with 3 turnovers to 0 on the Falcons side. It sucks how great. I mean, it's amazing how great that defense is, and the offense is nothing.
Once
Nothing.
again, I'd like to use a metaphor that Frank likes to use. All right.
What do you got?
If no Chicago Bear quarterback has ever been good, it has to be the system, right? It has to be the franchise. If no quarterback has done well behind this O line this year, can you keep blaming the quarterbacks? Can you?
The offensive
Not a
line
single
is-
one has done
No,
anything. Not a single
when you're
besides
putting-
Aaron Rodgers getting injured was very tragic,
Yeah.
but he didn't.
Okay.
He only had a
I
few
think that
plays.
can be-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but also Tim Boyle also doesn't have any fucking pedigree in this league to get.
Oh, I'm not saying he should have a starting job. No, I'm not
That-
making a case.
That
for
could be
Tim Boyle.
it about Zach Wilson. Like, because Zach Wilson shows like little spurts, and then it's just like bad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's why I believe it. That's why I think it may be his locker room presence. I don't see any other reason why you would.
You think they're just have given up on him, and there's no.
It must.
no
There's
confidence?
something going on in the locker room. You know,
Has to
like
be.
there's something happening.
You took him.
Yeah.
I think Brendan's right. Not to interrupt. Sorry.
Well, if you were playing on that defense, you probably wouldn't be fucking with your offense right now.
I would. Yeah.
Or any
well,
of the
you
players
know,
on
yeah,
there.
no. But
Brennan knows. Brennan knows the feeling.
It was like this last year too. It was like this last year.
Oh God.
But
So
what's
I
it
think
called?
All right, but yeah, I mean, just all around the defensive football game with just Falcons. They're good. They're all right, I guess. Jets not a good football team. With that, they need a quarterback. Their defense is too good to
Both
be doing
teams
this.
are just a waste of air to talk about, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Useless.
Well, no, you know,
No
you still
shots.
you still got to give them their flowers.
No
the
shots.
Players on there.
No shots to
You-
Atlanta.
You got certain players on there. You got to give your their
Players,
flowers.
yeah, not the team though.
Okay. Can't say that when
Yeah.
we're about to talk about the Chargers and Patriots game.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's
Oh God.
What a shootout in that
All
game.
right.
We can sum this one up in like 30
Can
seconds,
we
probably.
actually go to
All
that?
right. Next game here. No, we're not to that one yet. We got a better. Let's get to this better one first. We have Lions 33, Saints 28. I thought the Saints were going to do it. I thought they were going to come back.
Me too. Falling down early, 14 to 0. New Orleans was down 14-0, and you know the Lions just turned the Jets on. I think the Lions had a great opening script. Kind of went stagnant for a little bit. Goff 16 for 25, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers this game for Goff. So maybe the light's shining through the tunnel. You know, maybe they finally found something that works for them. The running backs didn't have to do too much. I think more so it was just the Saints kind of rallying and making the most out of quick drives, and Detroit going stagnant. And Alvin Kamara back from the dead, kind of. You know, he seems like another top 5 back, like he was 2-3
Well,
years ago.
What I gotta say is, so what are they gonna do at quarterback now? So I mean, Derek Carr, that's 2
What are
concussions.
you talking
in the
about?
last
No,
couple-
they have their
Yeah.
quarterback.
Why?
Come on, Saints.
Taysom Hill.
James Winston. Hello.
Oh.
It's
They have too many quarterbacks on this roster. There's too many quarterbacks on this roster.
No,
Oh, they need a W.
It is sad.
Look at it, yeah.
It is sad. It is sad. What do you do now at quarterback? Because Derek
It's
Carr.
not even a
started.
question.
They've
I
always
think
had
you roll
those
with
guys.
Jameis Winston.
No.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna-
30
they've
for
been
30.
Jameis Winston.
I mean, I guess you have to.
Right.
but I-
To win, Jameis Winston is more than capable of winning this division.
They were already
More than
doing the
capable.
Wildcat with Taysom Hill half the time. They
Taysom Hill was
still
I
continued
don't know
to
how
do
that-
that. Continued to throw the ball to Alvin Kamara.
Taysom Hill might be the most athletic player I've ever seen play the game. Like I just don't know. They see him going for the Wildcat. He snaps the ball,
Greatest
direct
football
snap, and
player
still gets like 10 yards. Like, bro, you know he's running the football. It's Taysom Hill.
Yep.
I have
Maybe
a
a player
question
who
for
can
you
play
guys
He can
here.
sling it, though. He can also
Running back.
sling it.
What's up,
What?
Brandon?
I have a question for you guys here. I'm on Ross St. Brown, 2 catches for 49 yards, 24-yard average. He had a touchdown, so one of his catches were a touchdown. Is Amon Ra one of the premier receivers in the league, or is he very opportunistic?
I would say he's one of the.
No,
he's
yeah.
barely- there's only one ball to go around, Brennan. Laporta had
Laporta.
140 of the 213 passing yards Jared Goff.
Right. Right.
I mean, there's only one ball to go around. This was just a Laporta game.
Right.
It was very
getting-
obvious. The Saints
100%.
too were just locking him down. They made sure Amon
Yeah.
Ra was not going to beat us.
Yeah, they're
Right.
doing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And the
definitely
Saints
playing.
are actually good at that. They're good at taking one player away from you, but then the other
Yeah.
three that are on the field just beat
They
them.
are
100%.
usually. They're usually.
They
And
are.
I think before like week 5 or 6, they're actually the number 1 defense against tight ends in fantasy.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yeah, so they actually shut down tight ends a lot earlier on in the year, but like Sean said, man, they were
I'd like to bring this up for everyone here. This is kind of concerning for the Lions, I think. I mean, are you just gonna have to outscore everybody? 'Cause the defense sucks, or
So
what?
to Frank's point here, the 28 points scored today. On Sunday, the Saints scored 28. The week before that, the Packers scored 29. The week before that, the Bears scored 26. Week before that, Chargers scored 38. That's 4 straight weeks of an NFL team scoring over 26 points. You cannot win football games consistently, kind of doing that.
I would agree.
So
It's a great highlight.
it's
They've got to. That defense.
this
has gotta
defense has
stir
plummeted.
up.
The defense has plummeted.
The Panthers
Uh,
scored 24 on them.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael, did Hutchinson have a sack or anything?
a kind of quiet game for Aiden.
Yeah, he didn't have one TFL. That's it.
Kind of quiet.
One quarterback hit. One TFL and one quarterback hit. Kind of went mysterious, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I just think, honestly, if there was some more time in this, I think the Lions could, if there was more time in the season, they could definitely fall back a little bit. But I mean, they just got off to too hot of a start, I think, and it's just gonna be. They've already taken off on everyone in the north, so
Yeah,
and
offense
no shot for
came out
everyone.
firing on all
They
cylinders.
still won
But-
the game, Frank. They're 9.
They did.
Let's give them another week to start
They
saying
did.
their shit. If they're
But-
not shit, win the.
Wait, Brennan,
Yeah.
are you gonna at least say goodbye to all the listeners?
All
Brennan has to
listeners.
step out.
That's
You're just gonna sign off and not say goodbye
a
to all
ghost
the
y'all, bro.
listeners?
I have to step off. I relay the speaking on the amazing Packers game to Zach Price.
Packers Nation.
Bruce Lord will have the Packers Nation bit today
Go
segment.
Pack, go.
And love you guys. Thanks for listening. I love you, boys. And
Love
I'm
you,
going to see
Brennan.
you guys
Bye,
next
Brennan.
week. Stay good and break your balls.
That one was a bit scuffed. That was a bit scuffed.
I thought that was supposed to resonate with our core audience.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, just want to say thanks, Brennan, for joining us this week. We'll see you next week, I guess, my
For the
friend.
little time he had.
All right. Next game here. We have Broncos 17, Texans 22. Noah.
Yeah. Russell Wilson still fucking sucks.
Hater. Mister. Honey.
That's how he starts. He's a Texas fan, so that's how he's going to start his analysis.
Nah, but for real though, I mean, like I've been saying the last few weeks, their defense has just been carrying that team. Russell Wilson's just had an easy job, not having to score too many points, handing the ball off 39 times a game to Javonte Williams. That don't work against our defense though.
Talk that talk.
So
That shit don't fly in Houston, bro. In the 7-1-3, you come try to run the fucking football in the 7-1-3, you get bitched out. You get bitched out. You get fanned out, homie, like you're too hot.
Yeah, Russ had a tough game here.
Derek Stingley?
186,
Eric
183
Stingley.
picks.
Don't
Derek
get
Stingley
stung.
Jr. Derek, don't get stung. Man to
20
man.
CPR. Yeah, we got to give it Derek Stingley his flowers, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he sat out for a few years, but he's back. He's back. What is that? 3 picks in the last 2 games?
4
Playing great.
or
Four
3 in the
picks
last
in the-
2, 4 in the last 3.
Yeah, playing
4 in
great.
the last 3.
Beautiful.
Especially
Yeah.
And
Especially coming off the injury.
I mean him. I think Will had 2 sacks, 3 TFLs, 7 QB hits, something like that.
What
He was
about
all
Matt
in the
same
Amendola
game.
hitting these field goals, Noah? Well, what about Matt Amendola?
That was his
getting
last
these-
game. He's
good.
done now.
Yeah.
He's done his job. sort of.
Oh, come on, Noah.
But yeah,
I did-
happy we won. Another stressful week. They always got to take it down to the wire for us. Make the noon games entertaining for the.
Nico Collins almost 200-yard game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
went off.
I said it.
Step up now.
What?
Noah, you remember?
Yeah, big loss. Tank Dell.
Remember what I said though? They leave the middle of the field open. Nico Collins eating.
Yeah.
He eating
Yeah,
all day.
indeed he did.
He will
Indeed he
destroy
did.
a team that leaves the middle of the field open.
But that's
Got to get a lot more attention though.
Oh yeah, but
A lot more attention.
honestly, this is just my belief, but I believe most Texans fans can relate to this. If there's any quarterback that could get the ball to multiple targets, kind of like a KC system or a Bahimi system, I think CJ Stroud's really equipped for that, man. Because we've just seen it with his progressions, his reads, the way he handles his presence in the pocket, man. He'll just be good with whatever they give him at this point. They did a really good job in the offseason getting him weapons, too. I thought what they did, in contrast to how the Panthers treated Bryce Young, is like night and day, dude. Night and day.
And Tank was a big loss, but we do have some depth. We got some guys.
Yeah.
that-
I got some dogs.
Mechie's got to
Mechie
step up
Mechie
now.
got a
Got
shot.
to.
Xavier
Haven't seen a whole lot
Hutchinson,
from
a
him.
guy y'all might not really know very well. Texas fans know of him. He shitted on us last year. As long as we can get Dalton Schultz back,
Yep.
it'll help out our red zone offense a lot.
He was a big piece.
But yeah, it's something good to build on. We got the Jets coming up.
Oh, Frida.
Yeah.
So are
Yeah.
we moving away from Damian Pierce, Noah? It seemed like this game you tried to give him the ball. You gave him the first team reps, and he had the longest run was 22 yards, but he still only averaged 2.7 off of 15 carries.
Yeah, Devin Singletary.
Devin Singletary, you got to give him the ball.
Spelled out
And
back.
He averaged
The
4.5.
Broncos have a good run D though, and that's what they've built their team around basically.
Devin Singletary still got his yards, 5 yards, almost 5 yards to carry. He still got his.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh.
but look,
Oh, no.
I don't really think it matters too much to me as long as you're splitting up the carries, keeping them healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'd like to give the Texans defense their brownies because this is 2 weeks in a row now that they were able to, low scoring football game, and they were able to get the crucial stops in the big moments of the game, get turnovers in big moments of the game. It wasn't just all CJ Stroud again, like having to hand him the ball and say go win us the football game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That's
mean,
really
Texans are in a good spot now with what's going on with the Jags. I mean, it seems to me like now it's going to be Colts and Texans duking it out for the AFC South. And I mean, the Jags, they're about to reach that tough part of their schedule, and they're not going to have Trevor Lawrence. So
yeah.
it's kind of like
It'll
they're
be
probably gonna drop
interesting. I think the Browns are
2
going
or
to start
3
falling
games
out
here.
too.
I mean,
Yeah, I think they will too.
Yep.
Yeah,
they have to play the Browns, Buccaneers, Panthers, and Titans, the Jags. So I mean, their schedule's really not that tough.
But
They have
got
a
the-
Ravens
Who, the
game
Jags?
too.
They
got
have
the
the
Ravens.
Yeah,
Ravens,
they
but
play the
that's
Jags.
really it. I mean, the Browns have a really good defense, but their offense can't score. And they have the Panthers that are 1-11, the Buccaneers are 5-7, and the Titans
just
are
got-
Hey,
4-8.
Panthers, they're going to be playing a backup quarterback. They're going to be hungry for a little win there.
Yeah, and the Jags they had they had Trevor almost that whole game, and they lost to Jake Browning and the Bengals
That's
on-
fair.
in their home stadium.
That is,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is
We'll get to
yeah,
that.
keep them-
fraud
We'll
watch.
get to that.
Fraud watch. I think they could. I think they could lose to the Bucks too. I see those 3. Well, 4 really. Titans. They can lose to all of those teams.
But
They really can't.
So we
with
got
Trevor
the
Lawrence.
Colts week 18, and that might be the game
for the division. Yeah, could be. Well, I mean, what was it? It was like for both of the Broncos and the Texans. It was like if whoever won the game had like a 60% chance to make the playoffs, and then whoever
I think it's
lost
like 50.
had like a. Okay, that's what it was, like a 50-something% chance if whoever won, and then it dropped all the way down to like high 20s if whoever lost.
Mhm.
So I mean, Again, Broncos though, they're still not dead. They can get in, I think. But yeah, I mean,
Well,
another good week for the Texans.
Also, the Steelers
Another
dropping
good
out
week.
too. I completely forgot Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, they stink. I mean, they're like watching paint dry. That team, fuck
Well,
me,
We're
man.
about to talk about them, right?
Yeah, they're well.
We got a couple bad
this
ones.
is like, yeah, these two in a row are it's like the shot and the chaser.
We going Chargers? Judges.
Yeah, Chargers 6, Patriots 0.
The
This
Judges.
was
Oh man, this was a real stinker.
How
man,
about them
I couldn't get enough
Judges?
of this game. I almost watched it over again.
What do you mean, bro? Why would you do that to
I
yourself?
don't know why you would do
I
that.
almost watched it over again. It was so good, man. This game. This is one of the best football games in the whole year.
Even Patriots and Chargers fans turned that shit off. 6-0. The Chargers offense couldn't score more than 6. That's what I was shocked by. Like I was
Okay.
expecting the
No.
Patriots. Like the Chargers are bad. Like they're actually bad. Like I thought it was just like they're playing like they're bad. They're bad. Brandon Staley should have been fired after a 6-0 win. Honestly, I would have fired him.
I'm sorry. When you're getting shut out in the NFL, it's just bad.
And by the Chargers
bad.
too. They don't have a good defense.
Yeah, their defense sucks.
And they don't even have Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Will Mack though, leader in the NFL in sacks again. He's back.
yeah.
The Bears
whatever,
made him, man. The Bears made him.
Yeah,
He's
whatever,
back.
man. I mean, it's like Austin Eckler looks bad. This whole Chargers team
look horrible.
looks
They
bad.
look horrible.
Other than Justin Herbert, just like Justin Herbert against everybody. That's what it looks like. Quentin Johnston. Oh my god.
Hey, he caught some balls this week.
No,
dropped
he
some.
didn't.
He also
It's like,
dropped
it's
some.
bad. It's bad.
He's
It's
allergic.
real bad, man. It's real bad. I mean, how do you get drafted over what was it, 8 receivers, and he's the only one that's not hit the 200 mark?
Ooh, back.
And he's played in every game. It's not like
Yeah.
he's played in every game, and he's
Who's
out there
this?
all the time.
Quentin
Quentin
Johnston.
Oh,
Sean,
yeah, 100%. I think I knew this. He was the receiver that was projected first round that I wasn't really too big on, and I can tell you why for a few reasons.
Let's hear it.
Number one is contested catches. If you're a receiver that big, you better be a 50-50 ball kind of guy.
Yeah.
If you're that size, like, yeah, we want you in one-on-ones with the corner. That's what you want. That's what you scheme for. A Dez Bryant type player with that build, put him on the outside and let him just moss him. You know?
Yeah.
There's great success with that. But with Quentin Johnson, it just feels like he doesn't have that aggressive catch yet. It doesn't feel like he's going to go out and moss people like he's supposed to be doing.
To
And
me, he looks one-dimensional.
yeah, thank you.
Like he only
yeah,
can run
yeah,
2 or 3 right. He's got 2 or 3 routes in his bag, and that's about it.
exactly. And I feel like his biggest
So-
strength is underutilized.
Yeah, I mean, so if I'm a corner, I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, he's either running a go, a slant, or a dig.
But yeah, that route tree,
Pretty
yeah.
much all he has in his bag.
That route tree, you got to
That's all I
expand. You got to
got
work on
about.
footwork or something. And I know it gets harder the taller you are, the bigger you are. But it's just outrageous.
That Bartholomew.
Yeah, I think the IRS is at the door or something. Doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, let's keep it rolling. Anyways, back to the analysis, guys. Hold up, y'all got it. One sec.
I mean, the Chargers. Brandon Staley's getting fired. Just do it. What? Just
Well, they're cleaning house. They're cleaning house after this year for sure. There's no way that they're gonna keep going with this team. They're firing coach.
GM.
Maybe you don't get rid of Justin Herbert, but I mean,
They have the players.
might be time.
Like they pay their players a shit ton of money.
Do they have the players though?
They have stars. They have names. But
They
like,
have star. They do
do?
have. They have top end stars, and then they have
Who?
shit. Derwin James is one of
Irwin,
the best,
I like
best
Keenan.
safeties.
I think Keenan's
I
super
mean-
underrated.
Keenan
even if
Allen-
he's
I
old.
think you need to be careful with the word the best.
No,
safety.
one. I said
think he
one. I said one.
was one of
I
the
said
best
he
safeties.
is one
I
of
don't
the
think-
best safeties in the league.
I think was one
I don't
of
know. I
the-
think
he
it's
has
him
been
and Minka.
He
It's
has
like-
not looked good this
What?
year.
Yeah, was one of
He's
the best
lost a bit of a
safeties.
step.
Khalil Mack. I mean, he's got 6 or whatever. He's leading the league in sacks, but I mean,
He's been good this
He's
year.
what,
You can't just
32 years old. That's not sustaining for the future when you have a what 20? How old's Herbert? 24, 25.
Yeah, he's
he's
below
25.
26.
When you have a 24-year-old, 25-year-old quarterback, why do we have our best pass rusher who's 33 years old?
I think
Well,
they're
I
in win
mean,
that mode.
because they went all in a couple years ago while
Yep.
Herbert was still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they win all. They win. Here's the
Half
thing,
the
though. They
team got
went.
hurt.
They went all in. They went all in, and then they saw it didn't work, and then they're like, "All right, let's still go all in again." No.
Yeah, you miss your window, you got to rebuild for the
Yeah.
next one. You can't keep trying to force it. It's just not going to
Just
work.
like we were saying with Daniel Jones, sometimes you just got to admit you're wrong and
Move on. Exactly. Oh,
I mean, they should have already started to build something around else.
you
around
still can't
Justin
move on
Herbert.
from Herbert. You got to figure this
No.
thing out.
No, you don't. I say you bring in a really offensive-minded
Coach.
coach
yep.
that's just gonna freaking score a bunch of points,
Yep.
and then he's gonna have his little defensive minion over there that's gonna do his thing.
Yeah. 100%.
But Brandon Staley, we've already wasted 3 years of Justin Herbert's career because we like Brandon Staley.
And I'm sorry, but that playoff game last year, if I'm a franchise owner, yeah, out the door, dude.
He should have already been out the door.
I could have had anyone, and this is not to discredit the job that NFL coaches do, but they have coordinators, they have assistants, they have other staff. Anybody in this podcast, I'm pretty confident, y'all could have managed a game where you're up 28 points. What was it, 21, 28 points?
28.
28. That's 4 scores. That's 4 scores. Like, you have to do almost everything wrong from that point to lose.
Literally, all you have to do is say, "Okay, we're making it a lot easier than it sounds." But
Yeah,
you
I
just
said
don't
that.
give
I
up the
said
big
that.
Play.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't give up the big play and you run the ball.
Once again, they're professionals, though. Like, this is their job.
Yeah, they should be smarter than us. I
Yeah.
agree.
Dude, blowing a 28-point lead in the playoffs is like me clocking in at Chernobyl and letting the reactor go off. Like, oops, guys, I messed up. Yeah, this one's bad. I hope I don't have my job. But apparently the NFL is different.
It's just a giant.
It's bad.
explosion.
That was a nuclear
Not bad,
meltdown.
man.
That playoff game was a nuclear meltdown.
It was.
A 28-point comeback is bad, dude. All props to the
And
Jacks.
I
though.
don't even know, what do you think if you're a Chargers fan? You just be like, okay,
Right.
well,
There's not
our
many of
pick
them.
just got worse.
Yeah, they
Our
did talk so.
pick just
Yeah.
got worse. Yeah, there's not many of them.
All
You're
7
right,
Chargers
but-
fans
But
were
I
in
do
shambles,
feel
man.
for y'all.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Our pick just got worse. We're not good enough to be in the playoffs. Like, what are we
Playing
playing
for?
for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Austin Eckler is on a contract year 2, I believe. Am I correct?
That guy is gonna get himself out of town.
Yeah.
he's
They're
not
gonna
gonna
ship
be. He's
him.
not
They're
gonna
gonna
be there.
ship him out.
Yeah, he's not
so
going to be
quick
there.
out of town.
He'll be
100%.
somewhere
He
else.
even looks like he lost a step too.
Oh, yeah.
He
Most
looks
definitely.
so slow
more
since
than lost
coming
a
back
step.
from that injury.
I saw a video of him compared. He was the slowest ball carrier on offense so far this season on that play where he was running down the sideline. What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He was running 17 miles an hour. And they were showing it side by side with Vince Wilfork returning an interception. They were running about the same speed.
That is.
That's so bad. Well, I mean, another bad. 14 carries for 18 yards, a whopping 18 yards.
Yeah.
Woo!
Terrible.
I thought that Patriots defense really isn't that good.
Yeah, I don't. It
Well-
shouldn't be.
It's not.
I will say
It's
this.
not good.
I'll say this right now, though, guys. Just a disclaimer. Bill Belichick is famous for not letting people run the ball on him. Besides Derrick Henry in the playoffs. But Bill Belichick is that one guy that will be like, okay, I want to shut down your best player. Their best player at this point, honestly, I think it's Keenan. Everyone. But Bill
It's
Belichick,
who?
Keenan.
Oh,
Offense.
yeah.
Besides Herbert, I'm talking about weapons, not quarterback play, but
Yeah,
everyone knows it's
yeah.
Keenan Allen. But Bill Belichick is an avid believer, and I will create other weaknesses and parts of the defense to shut down your best player. That's what he likes to do.
Yeah, he is good at that. So, I mean, Patriots. Anybody want to take a stab at the Patriots? I have a bunch of
I mean,
head shakers.
they did good against the
No.
run, but that's about it. That's the only good thing they did.
Ah,
Defense
the
actually played pretty well.
Yeah, the defense played really good.
Defense,
but I mean,
honestly,
this offense is,
Offense
still
is
fucking
terrible, but
shit show.
defense
It is
played
a-
great, man.
If you give up
a
6
bad shit
points
show.
in the NFL, you expect to win the game.
I would say that too. That's
you should
bad.
win the
Yeah,
game.
That's a
You
touchdown.
Not
That's
expect.
That's a touchdown a
You
game.
should win the game.
The
That's a touchdown a
Patriots
game,
are
bro.
tanking. They're tanking.
Yep. Say it.
They need to
Help.
keep losing. 'Cause,
Yeah, they need
like,
something.
That's my shot at the Patriots, Frank. If you want to be
Yeah.
honest.
Well, Patriots suck. We ready to move on?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Frank, can I say something? You asked at the beginning to shout something out, and I completely forgot. But I'm gonna shout out
What
the
do you got?
Texas fucking Longhorns for making their first college football playoffs. You know, it's a couple years late, but we haven't done
Yeah, we
many
need to get
college videos out. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we gotta
say
get some
it's
more.
fucking beautiful to be a Texas Longhorn this
Yeah.
week.
Well, maybe I'm thinking probably get a little college football playoff reveal show.
Talk
out.
about the
Just,
4
you know,
games or 3
yeah,
games.
we
Just
could
preview right.
and preview. Well, we got to preview the playoff.
Yeah.
We got to
We got
I'm
another
excited
talk
though,
about
but I just
Good.
wanted to say that.
Florida State got drilled up the ass.
Yeah, that's tough.
but,
It's fucking
yeah,
tough.
It is tough. It's
But
tough.
I'm happy about it. I'm sorry, Florida State fans, but I'm
It
happy.
is
about
unfortunate. Their case in the expanded format, they'll always make the playoff, but in a 4-team format, man, I mean, we all know this though. You're not gonna be competitive.
Yeah.
Dude, they are barely
They
beat.
were
They're
always
barely,
supposed to make the playoffs, and they didn't.
They're-
They got hosed. There's no
Hey,
way around
yeah.
it.
Yeah, they did.
But
They
my
did get
man-
sold.
My man Big Cat, he put it in perfect terms for Florida State fans. You could just forever say you got screwed.
You can. No, they
It's-
are one.
it's-
And then you don't have to.
Yeah. You don't have to.
I'll
look
t-
back and say
Instead
we
of
got-
you getting in and getting absolutely shit on, you could just say you always got screwed.
And yeah, and then you can opt out of the bowl
Always have
game.
that on.
Opt out of the bowl game from Georgia and claim the national title because you went
Well-
undefeated, won the ACC
Well, I mean,
championship.
Well, a lot of their
They-
players are not going to play in that.
No,
No, they're not.
Oh, 100%,
So they're gonna
100%.
get hosed regardless, and they're
Yeah.
they're just what's it called? Because
All the draft players don't
Are
play.
pissed, and their players have
Well,
a right
neither's
to be
Georgia's
pissed.
Georgia's players are not. Are
Yeah, Brock's not
I
playing.
mean, they probably think they got screwed a whole lot less than Florida State did. I'm sure you have to if you're.
Oh, 100%.
They think they
Georgia-
got screwed
Georgia had
too,
no
Frank.
shot in getting.
But
it.
They
Georgia
think they
didn't-
got screwed too.
But Georgia didn't win the
They-
SEC
they had no
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's-
Florida,
Yeah,
they
had an
didn't lose a
opportunity.
single game. They beat LSU
All
at the
year.
start of the year. They
All
blew out
year.
LSU. Mind you, they blew out LSU. Jordan played better in that game than Jaden did.
Well, this
but
is where we are. The
Florida State's
Chargers and
defense is
Patriots
better.
game was so bad we have to talk.
Yeah.
about
at
it.
college.
My
Yeah,
fault, I'm
I think the
sorry.
Texas
My fault.
Longhorns might be
No,
able to
you're
beat the
good. You're
Patriots.
good, TD. I'd rather talk about the playoffs than that.
I wanted to
fucking
say
game,
it.
So.
Hell yeah, hook 'em horns, boys.
All
Hook 'em
right.
horns.
Well, this is another one that's just fucking
That's another shit show.
Steelers.
bleach in your eyes, man.
Oh,
bleach
God.
in your eyes. Steelers 10, Cardinals 24. This game got delayed twice.
Yeah.
Should have got canceled.
Twice it got delayed.
Yeah.
It started at like freaking noon and it didn't end until like 6:30.
a battle,
Freaking
an absolute
5-hour
onslaught
game of just watching paint dry.
between two juggernauts.
Yeah, I mean Kenny Pickett's hurt now.
Yeah, that's sad, man. He's been getting hurt a lot this year.
Money Mitch. Money
Mitch the glitch. Mitch the glitch. Glitch Trubisky. Glitch Trubisky.
If he can't manage to beat the Patriots
Dude,
on Thursday, then
I as a player, I think he's kind of mediocre. You know, he does play hard, but as a human, bro, I love Mitch Trubisky. Bro came out and said, "I'm sorry, I'm a bust." I said, "Bro, hey, acknowledgement, the recognition is the first step. It's okay."
I'll defend Mitch till. I
Yeah, he
break
didn't
my
deserve
grave.
that,
It
bro.
wasn't Mitch.
He didn't deserve
It
that,
was Matt
man.
Nagy.
Yeah.
Look at what Matt Nagy's doing to Mahomes.
Shut
Oh
up.
yeah.
He
Well, Mitch,
single-handedly made him a mid-quarterback.
Mitch,
What?
Mitch came in the
Never.
Mitch came in the league young as hell too, bro.
That's a rancid take.
He was 24, Mitch. But you're telling me Mahomes looks the same since Matt Nagy's got
Whatever,
back there?
man. I just want to talk about how their defense, the Steelers' defense, like they didn't even play well. Like
James
Trey,
Conner
Trey
revenge game.
McBride's a dog. Trey McBride is an absolute dog. If they start tanking, he needs to figure something out. Is he a rookie?
2 year.
Yeah, he's nasty.
That guy's a
Well, that's
dog.
why that's why they got rid of what's it called?
Zach
Zach
Ertz.
They
Ertz.
got rid of
Zach
that.
Ertz.
I mean, yeah.
They knew they had the goat.
Everyone saw that
Hold
coming.
up, you boys. You boys got it real quick. Hold up.
Everyone saw that one
Keep going.
coming. I want to. This if they couldn't beat the 2-10 Arizona Cardinals, they could lose to the 2-10 New England Patriots. I mean,
be
Two
fair, though,
back-to-back weeks of 2-10 losses. That's gonna be real bad.
Kyler Murray compared to Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi is
Night and day. Night and day.
Okay,
You
that's all you
can
have to
say it, Noah.
say.
Noah, you can say it.
I think the Cardinals are more well coached than
Coach Gannon's a great
Patriots
coach.
are at this point. I don't.
Coach-
I mean,
Well, Bill
Coach Gannon's
Belichick's
a great
checked out.
first year.
We gotta think Bill Belichick's checked out. At
Oh,
this
Bill
point.
Belichick's
Yeah.
bro. Bill Belichick's been at the height of this shit 5 times, bro. He knows when he can win and when he can't.
But I
Like,
mean, you really can't say he's checked out when they only gave up 6 points. That's his game plan.
his defense will never be lacking, man. Like his defense will play their heart out.
Still, if he's still trying that hard on the defensive game plan every week, then that means he's still at least trying.
That is true, and that's without Christian Gonzalez. That was his first
Yeah.
round draft pick.
Bill O'Brien should not ever get a job anywhere else
Oh,
after this season. I'll say that.
no, I don't understand. He just needs to go be a college head coach. That's what he was good at. He needs to go back and do that. That's some people are just meant to be college head coaches. It's
Yeah, his niche.
it's just how it is.
He just never
True.
needs to get another.
It is a
job.
different league.
He wasn't even good at Alabama last year, Noah.
Really, he was an OC. He doesn't need to be calling plays. He needs
He
to
just needs to be in the presence in
just
the locker
telling
room.
people just telling people to shut the fuck up and man the fuck up and go recruit. That's
Little
what he
Matt
did
Rule.
at Penn. That's what he did at Penn State. So that's just what he's meant to do.
That's fair. I'm honestly thinking we're good on talking about this game. What's
I'm
what's
Yeah.
the next one on what's the next one on the list? Dolphins Commanders?
The Dolphins Commanders.
Oh, let's get into this
Sean,
one. This one's
so
juicy.
you want to go ahead?
I'll talk about this fucking piss poor game.
The Shotdell Manifesto.
So, like I said at the end of the last episode, Hammer -9 Dolphins, Hammer Sam Howell pick. And if you would have done that parlay, you'd been up money, a lot of money. Because holy, this man throws picks. Our offensive line is terrible. Sam Howell got the only 2 touchdowns of the game. We decided to play man-on-man coverage on the fastest man alive. No safety help. And proceeded to drop 5 catches for 157 yards on us, 2 touchdowns. I like Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson needs some help. How much help can he get? Got shot a couple times and still 5th best running back in the league.
Still scoring touchdowns for real.
And I'm just wondering, I didn't see in the news or anything, but I think Scary Terry got traded midweek because he wasn't out there. He wasn't out there. Sam Howell cannot throw this man the ball. Jahan Dotson is our second receiver, and Curtis Samuel is getting all the load behind Antonio Gibson. So, yeah, it's just a shit show. Washington, we're going to get probably top 3-4 pick. And, hopefully we get something. I want Marvin Harrison or Penix. That's who I really want.
Penix would be insane.
Y'all need to draft some O-linemen too.
O-linemen,
Started
man.
with the
Yeah, but-
O-line was terrible.
I don't think Sam is the issue, honestly. He does have tendencies like holding on to the ball too long in some of his reads. But honestly, man, for what you've gotten from Sam Howell, for what he was supposed to be, is insane. He does have an
He's
interception
fifth-
issue.
Yeah, 5th round pick.
But yeah, I'd like to see him with a better O line because if you can't get the run game going, what the hell is the quarterback supposed to do behind that O line?
The
Once
run
again, it's like the
game
Jets.
honestly was going.
It's
Yeah.
like the Jets.
It's
The
just we
run
can't.
game was going.
Yeah, we just can't run when we're down 50 points a game.
Yeah,
and
right,
you
I guess
can't.
that is true.
You can't. Terry McLaurin. It's not him. He's a good fucking
No,
receiver.
he needs to get out. He needs to get out.
That's the
He
best
needs to
player.
leave.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you
need
can't
to.
block for more than 3 seconds when all of his routes are long and
Yeah,
developing routes.
he's a deep ball
he
guy.
does all the long. Yeah, he's a deep ball guy. So I don't
Yeah, and you need blocking. Yep, 100%. Just like
Oh,
Tom Brady's last year in Tampa Bay, where he couldn't get it to Mike
Yeah.
Evans.
So are you saying this is truly it, Sean? You're done.
Yeah, well, no, I'm gonna stay true.
No, he's gonna
I
come back
can't- I
around,
can't switch
yeah.
up on the team, but for the rest of the season, I gotta support my Louisville MVP.
He's got to
Heisman winner.
reform. They did him dirty.
Yeah.
They did. The commies
That's
did
fair.
do him dirty.
You are a
That-
Louisville guy. Well,
I would like to-
Frank's where no one thought about that. You are a Louisville guy.
Rondell, I'd like to ask you real quick. I just want to see your perspective. We know Riverboat Ron, and this man, most conservative play caller, either goes for it on 4th and 6. Doesn't really make sense. But I just wanted to ask you about your DC and OC. So your DC
Oh, Del
got
Rio is
axed.
gone. Yeah.
Defense, I think, is either last in the league or 30th.
It's
I believe.
last. It is dead
Bottom three.
last.
No, it's dead last now. I understand why he got fired. Because the defense honestly wasn't doing too hot this year. Last year they were number 8, which is insane. I don't know how that
Yeah, I
regression
don't know
came
the
about.
switch. I don't.
Regression
understand.
was
Traded both of their best defensive ends.
But we were
That's
still
complete
bad
facts,
before
but that was
them.
before that. That was before that. They were a top 10 defense last year. And it probably was scheduled. It probably was a little bit of scheduling. Last year NFC East had an easier schedule.
St.
But-
Joe's is the worst fucking quarter in
It's
the
just
league.
terrible. It's terrible. And then, like you said, Shondell, we have the fastest player
Yeah.
in the league, and he's man to man on an island with no help.
Yes,
Like,
I don't
okay.
understand. Like, what is
Like
the
we're
scheme?
firing our DC for this.
Yeah, I don't know.
A
I don't
tank. I guess
understand.
it's hard tank is the scheme. But on the brighter side of things, I wanted to ask you about Bohemi, the OC over there. He spreads the ball out really well. The thing is, though, I think he might be looking for a job elsewhere. You think he's going to stay, or?
I've seen things where people say that he might take the head coach job over
Bears.
Ron. Nah.
I see that.
Bears
but-
head coaching job is what I saw today.
I
know
like-
you
I
saw
like
that
Bears.
report.
Frank came back up the right side.
I
man.
like Bieniemy. I think
Dude,
he has.
he's a great OC.
It's just there's not much he can do when Sam Howell's getting. He's the most sacked quarterback ever.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. But I mean, you look at the games that the Commanders played against the Eagles this year, dude. The
They're-
offense
yeah.
has done great.
They're
Offense
competitive.
has done great. Y'all should have won. And once again, this goes back to Riverboat Ron not going for it. I don't know why he went to OT with a team that was undefeated at the time,
Yeah,
right?
should
They
have
were
went for
undefeated.
2. Yeah, should have went
Yeah,
for
what
2.
the fuck, man?
And we
had
got
all
hoed
the
because
momentum.
Terry, his foot was on the line on an elbow, and
Yep, that's true.
was a catch. But
But once again,
That guy needs to get out of there.
no, yeah, we
what?
we
Yeah,
said
what?
that.
Yeah, Shondell said that. Once again, to reiterate,
Yeah.
y'all, if you have your best player and he is not logging a single offensive stat, you trade him for assets or you game plan him. If he's not a factor like that, there's no point in having him on the team.
I think that's what we're
Just
gonna
wasting his
do.
career.
End of the season, I think John Allen's gone for a second. I think Terry's gone
Yeah.
for a third, maybe a fourth as well.
Oh man,
Third.
Yeah,
Third.
he's gonna be like
I
what,
mean,
28, 29?
Look at the return. He's what going to be 28 years old. You
Yeah.
Look at the return of receivers at that age. Amari Cooper got a 5th round pick at the same age.
Well, to be fair,
Brandon Cooks 29 got a 5th round pick.
he's actually right. But to be fair, the Cowboys were in a situation with the Amari Cooper
It
trade.
depends. Yeah, it depends
Didn't have
on
any
who you're
leverage.
who's trading for him
Yeah.
too. I think because if it's like a team that's like a receiver one piece away, I think
The
I'm
Chiefs
thinking
would
the-
give up
maybe a
third
second.
round
The
pick
thing
for
about
him.
the thing about Amari was that Cowboys couldn't afford to keep him on the roster, so they had to ship him off for what they could get. The Commanders, they could give a fuck what they
Yeah.
get. Honestly, they could let that man tank on the team. They drafted him. They can get whatever they want for him. Honestly,
What'd they get for Chase Young? Didn't they only get like a 4th round for Chase Young?
Yeah, but-
we got it. I think a
Yeah,
fifth,
man.
honestly. I think it was.
Yeah,
the
but
fifth.
it's a one. That was a one. That was a what? An 8-game rental for the 49ers. 8-game rental.
I think
Yeah,
he
was it
re.
third? I think
Probably
it was.
Well,
more
they have
because
money,
they're
don't
gonna go to
they?
the Super Bowl.
So they could
Yeah, they're
resign
gonna
him.
have some of the most in the fuck. We're gonna have some. I think
yeah, dude.
they're gonna
bro,
have the most.
if you're ever wondering about the cap space of a team or salary cap of the team, just look to see if their quarterback has gone off their rookie contract.
It was a 3rd round pick for Chase Young.
And Brock Purdy's also getting paid literally the cheapest out of any quarterback in the
Yeah,
league. so-
hundreds
Yep.
of Ks.
No, it's actually going to be Commanders have the most.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we're not paying
It
nobody.
goes Commanders.
Yeah.
It goes Commanders, Titans, Patriots, Colts, Texans, Bengals, Bears.
As of right now, until some of the
Yeah.
contracts.
Until people get released and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So
Well, shoot.
I mean, should be interesting.
But,
Ron Rivera on the bye week should be fired. I'm sorry.
I
I don't like
So there's no
honestly
room.
the best thing the Commanders could be doing right now is you take Ron Rivera, fire him,
Yeah.
and then you let Eric Bieniemy coach the team the rest of the year, see how it looks,
Actually, that's,
and then if it looks good, you hire him as the head coach.
I
Yeah.
agree. I would like him.
I don't know how the inner workings of their organization works, but what you just laid out, Frank, was actually pretty reasonable, pretty sensible. Yeah,
was
that's
fire.
how I would go about it.
Yeah.
because you have an OC that's promising. His side of the ball has been performing. They've been going head to head with the best team in the NFC, the Eagles, and going to overtime. So I'll definitely see what he has up his sleeve.
I mean, you're getting you have the opportunity to get a 6-week or a 6. What is it? 6 games left. Is that how many?
Yeah.
5 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could basically see what
You're
he
getting
has.
a chance 5 to 6 game trial and see how he does as a head coach.
And
If not, you get a new head coach.
Exactly.
And
And
they're
honestly,
not even using that opportunity. I'm not even that smart of a guy, and I can.
but the way you did that, Frank, is yeah, that's true. I don't know how would they have to pay out.
Pretty
Their whole
embarrassing.
team is starting to
doesn't
stutter
matter.
off, man. Their offense has
Yeah.
only scored one touchdown in each of the last 3 games. One each.
I mean, if you promote Eric to head coach, you really don't. You're not going to make playoffs. Your pick, you're not going to get the first pick, but I mean, you're going to
Also,
be
what are
pretty
you
high up
losing?
regardless.
What are you losing if you fire Ron Rivera? The defense already looks
He
like
does-
they're not fucking.
He doesn't have a
They're
team
not.
to win right now. He's a super. I'm pretty sure he got hired off his previous experience because I mean that's how most coaches get their jobs. But I mean the team he had in Carolina, once again, night and day compared to what he has now. So it just
Yeah. Dolphins. I think Dolphins defense is playing better now. I like
When-
them. So.
the Dolphins still got to play somebody, man. The
Yeah, I
Commanders
still
got
gotta see them
problems.
beat.
hey,
good,
Christmas
but
Mill.
their defense is
They
looking better,
no, they
so.
got us and the Ravens back to back. So we're
Christmas.
gonna find out.
We're gonna find
Christmas
out.
We're gonna find
Road.
out. I'm ready.
right,
Bruce. I'm ready.
You ready for next game
Let's
here?
talk.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Next game. Oh, well, hold up. Before we go to next game, I'd like to shout out because I forgot to do it. Lions and Saints game. I forgot to do it. Shout out the chain guy on the sideline who broke his leg.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
looks so bad.
Hope his surgery goes well, man. NFL needs
For
to slide
that,
him comp
yeah.
for that, man.
Get better soon, big dog.
That's
Get
fun. He
better
took a
soon.
hit. He took one.
Hopefully the NFL takes care.
He took one of the hardest hits of that game.
If you're sensitive,
That-
I would not watch the video. Honestly, if you are sensitive, I
couldn't
would
even-
not watch the video.
I couldn't even believe
It was
that
sad.
happened to his leg. Like when I saw it, I looked at like after Alvin Kamara was walking away, I saw it and I was like,
Alvin Kamara
his
looked
leg's not
back at
supposed
it.
to be that
too.
way. Yeah, Alvin Kamara looked at it like, what the
He
fuck, and
looked
then kept
back,
walking.
man.
Bro, NFL players play a different game, bro. Those guys move at a different
That
speed.
was wild.
But yeah, hope that guy gets well, man. It's messed up because he was out there just trying to do his
Get well
job.
soon, my guy.
That was
Yeah,
a
he's-
good one, Frank.
He was
That
out there
a
just
good
trying to
one.
do his job. Good shout out,
Get well
Frank. Good
soon,
guy,
my
Frank.
Yeah, get well.
The
soon.
Breaking Ball podcast
All
is
right.
morally right.
Oh yeah, it's bigger than sports.
Yeah.
bigger than sports.
Bucks
There we go. There we go. Bigger than sports. Is that the
Bigger than
slogan?
sports. Yeah, bigger than sports. There's always something bigger than sports. All right, next game here. We got Panthers 18, Bucks 21.
Oh
I saw
man,
the-
just
Noah's
continuation.
eyes when I said that. Another
just
one of these fucking
just the
games.
slippery slope, man, of Bryce
Thought the
Young getting
Panthers
thrown
were
to the
gonna do it, man.
wolves.
Thought the Panthers were gonna do it.
It's thrown to the wolves, man.
NFC South, man. What a
Um,
great division.
Yeah, another
So
heater.
bad.
Another heater.
All right, so another week. Okay, let's do this now that we're at this game. Another week in the NFC South. Who are our picks to win?
I think Sean had it right
I got
before.
Falcons.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I would say
Falcons.
Atlanta
Yeah,
too.
I think we all had it right before. I'm going to take the Falcons
I
because
gotta look at their
I-
schedules.
Well, Bucks. So it's pretty much going to be Bucks Falcons. is
Yeah.
who it's going to be. 'Cause
Yeah.
Bucks play the Falcons.
Well, Saints are there
Yep.
too.
and whoever wins.
The Falcons.
Well,
They got to play the Panthers, Colts, Bears, Saints.
screw the Saints.
The Saints, I
Right,
don't
win
think
shit.
they're really making it, but they got to play.
Yeah.
They get to play the Giants, Panthers, Rams, Bucks, Falcons, and the Panthers aren't winning this shit.
No, I think it's Bucks. I think the Bucks will probably win the division.
They all
They'll beat
they
the
all just
Falcons.
play each other the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
So that's why it's like everybody take their pick. I'll write it down. Let's see who's right here.
I'm thinking the Atlanta Falcons. They
Yeah.
have the best player in the
Falcons.
division
Falcons.
I'm
8
going
and
to take
9.
Falcons,
or
man.
in the conference.
I'm not even
Bijan
trying to
Robinson
be.
is the best player. in
Yeah,
that conference.
honestly.
Ty, Zach, Sean.
I'm thinking it's Falcons. That's not even group thing. That's just honest opinion.
No, who do you got?
Uh,
Because I got Bucks.
hold on. Wait, hold on. What's the Buccaneers? Oh, they have the same record, right?
Yeah.
No, the Bucks.
Oh.
No, Falcons are 6 and 6, and
okay,
Bucks are 5 and
Wait,
5.
have they even?
They play
They
this
play
week.
each other this weekend. Yeah.
Oh,
So whoever wins that game will be in first place.
they're already okay. Yeah, I think the Buccaneers probably win this week. I got Buccaneers.
No, we got Bucks. All right. We'll check back at the end of the year. We already know whoever wins this division is getting bounced first.
Yeah.
for
Yep.
sure.
Facts.
Probably it's the shittiest, but probably the most like we don't know who's.
I
gonna
think
get it.
I think Mike Evans could have a big game, man, if they block well for Baker.
Yeah.
Because we saw what Will Levis and D Hop did to this defense when the Titans played the Falcons. They took the top
Yeah,
off.
Bryce Young look more uncomfortable with this new coach.
I think he's going to be dude. I think he's going to be uncomfortable regardless of what he has this year.
I mean, yeah, they might have.
I'm
already
sorry,
ruined
dude.
him. They
This
might have
this
already
entire
fucked
year is
him.
either growing pains or his confidence is just getting destroyed. Like there's no way around it.
They're already eliminated from the playoffs.
This is like
Yeah, I know.
this is almost as bad as
We're gonna get
Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer, almost.
Bears are guaranteed a top 10 pick. So good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, lock it up.
Thank you, Panthers. Thank you.
I'm
All right.
real
Yeah,
excited.
that game is another NFC South game.
Yep.
Just any old
What's
low.
new? Yeah.
Are we talking about the spanking first, Frank?
Next
One last
game,
thing. One last thing. We gotta give Mike Evans some props. 10 years in a row, over 1,000 yards. You know, the bright spot on the
I like
Buccaneers.
Valid.
like
Valid. Yeah, he's
He
the
ain't an
lone.
Aggie, but he's a dog.
I say lone. He's always been great.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, that was Johnny Football's favorite target.
Yep.
He said, "Fucking Mike down there somewhere."
They should have traded him though. At the,
Oh yeah, they should.
well, I mean, I guess
What,
they're
after the
almost in
bowl?
playoffs, so.
After the chip
No,
or this
earlier,
year?
yeah.
Oh, earlier this year. Yeah,
I-
yeah, yeah.
Right before the trade deadline, I was like, they should have traded him because they're not good this year. So it's like you kind of need to get something out.
We
of
just
him.
talked
He's
about
going to leave in free agency.
we just talked about the wide receiver market and getting a 5th-round pick for a 28-year-old wide receiver. Isn't Mike Evans like 32? What were they going to get for him? A 6th-round pick for a 1-year rental?
6th round pick.
I guess.
6th round.
For a
6th round
guy
pick
you'll
could be
release-
Tom Brady. You don't know that.
For a guy you'll release most likely.
He's the 6th
Yeah.
round pick. Could be Tom Brady. You never know.
Can we talk about the spanking first, Frank, or no?
Which spank?
You know which game he wants to talk about.
I want to talk about the
All right,
the Philadelphia Eagles.
We got 49ers,
Oh.
42,
Oh,
Eagles
baby.
19.
Oh, my
You
goodness.
guys can go ahead and have
My
it.
sweet Mill.
I just want to say that
Oh, Mill.
finally, I don't have to hear Prestab, a nice guy named Prestab, real sweetheart. He probably doesn't listen to this yet, but we got to tell him to listen to this. I just glad I don't have to hear him whenever I see him next talk about the Eagles not getting smacked by the 49ers and the Cowboys getting smacked by the 49ers. Everyone gets smacked by the 49ers.
Oh.
The Philadelphia Eagles, I mean,
BJ Walker beat the 49ers.
this guy Frank, man. He's on one. That's a Bears fan talking. We got the 49ers are going to win the Super Bowl. They're my bet to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to say it this week. They're going to beat the Cowboys in the playoffs probably by 30 points. I'll say that as well. I'm getting ready for that. I'm mentally prepared.
Man, wow, what a Cowboys!
I'm
fan.
mentally prepared, Frank.
I think the
There's
Cowboys
a
are
difference
losing.
about getting mentally prepared.
It's gonna be.
if
I
we
think
put-
it's gonna be close though.
If we play the Eagles, we're going to whoop their ass, Frank.
There we go.
I'll say that. Because the Eagles are not
Yes,
them.
sir.
And it was proven
Yes,
this
sir.
week that they are
Talk
not
that
them.
talk. Talk that talk. Good
So
shit,
I'll
man.
say that. That's
Good
all I'll say
shit.
on the matter. The Eagles aren't
Yeah.
them, and the 49ers are.
Beautiful. That was a flawless statement.
Bruce.
What Mill just gave us at the end was a flawless statement. 49ers about it. Eagles aren't. That's all I got to say. Let me lay it out for y'all real quick. I'm going to do a brief analysis on this. I'm going to show you basically the future of the two teams, actually. So, fun, man. You got the Eagles. I told y'all this was going to be the revenge game from the last year's championship round in which they injured Brock Purdy, bro. They said, Debo, after the game, came out and said, we would have blown him out by 30 points if Brock hadn't got injured. Look what happened. Look what happened. Eagles are definitely a different team, though, this year. I would say the defense has gotten worse, especially in the pass coverage. Oh, my God, it's gotten worse. But their run defense has gotten better. Run defense has the best in the league. But the reason why I believe the Eagles are frauds, and the reason why I know they are frauds, they are a great team. They do have a very good record. But They just gave $255 million to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, phenomenal player. But how do you beat the Eagles, guys? You make them pass the ball. You make them pass the ball. That's how the Commanders played against the Eagles. They were passing the ball. They said beat us with A.J. Brown. And granted, that was a defense that was pretty shit. That was a defense that was
They
pretty
beat him
shit.
with AJ Brown pretty good.
Oh, barely. They won one game in overtime. The Commanders should have went for it. And this is my other thing. Their wins have been way too close. Their margin to victory, if you're a dominant team, you expect dominant wins. The 49ers have had some losses, but they've had some dominant wins. They've had good wins against very good teams. Cowboys played in Levi Stadium, blew them out. Went to go play Philadelphia in Lincoln Field, blew them out. I would rather take a 500 team that blows out other 500 teams, comes for the best teams and blows them out at home, than a team that's 10-1 against teams that are struggling or below 500. That's what I think the Eagles are right now. Are they a good team? Yes. Do they have great players? Yes. But this is their year to win. I will say this is their year to win with their current team and roster. You have Jason Kelce, who's 36. You have Fletcher Cox, who's aging. You have Darius Slay, who just went on contract, but he's also in his 30s. James Bradbury, also in his 30s, also went on contract. You have aging star players. You just gave your quarterback all the money, and the way you lose is when he passes the ball at the highest rate. After this year, man, if they don't win it all, which I don't think they will, like Mill said, they're probably going to get exposed in the playoffs. I just think, man, they had a great run last year, but this is probably as good as it gets.
They're getting exposed
could be
this
wrong.
week at 7:20.
Dell,
Oh,
you got anything?
I just want to say, I was, sitting on my couch drinking a nice twisted tea. I was getting a
There we
hint
go.
of deja vu when I saw the Niners
Oh.
put up 42 against the NFC East opponent. I was like, wait, I think I've seen this before.
Commanders?
That's what they did against the Dallas Cowboys in week 4, week 5.
Week 5. It was
Yep.
week 5.
And I was like, 49ers, like I said, I predicted last week, are just gonna run through the NFC. They're just gonna run through.
Yep.
It's gonna be
Yep.
them. I'm predicting them Chiefs again. That's what I'm predicting.
I mean,
What
That's not a bad
They're the
prediction.
real
What it would have
deal.
been last year.
I'd like to push back on all of y'all for the Eagles. For my fellow Eagles fans out there, I'm going to stick up for you here. I think the Eagles got morbidly screwed. They get to play the 49ers. The 49ers have 10 days of rest. They only have 7. They get to play the Cowboys next week. Cowboys get 10 days of rest. Eagles only get 7. I believe the week before they played somebody who had 10 days of rest. So they've played 3 opponents that have got 10 days of rest to their 7. That's going to wear on a team eventually.
That is
7 days
true.
of rest is normal rest time, Frank, in season.
Okay, but you're getting the other team's getting 3 days extra rest, and you're only getting 7.
You want to be a champion? They played through 4 more.
Talk to him,
You wanna be a
Bill.
champion? They want
Talk
to
to him,
championship.
Mel.
Well,
I'm
I'm
Talk
just
to
saying.
him.
Frank.
That's not very fair. Just like when we were sitting here saying that the Jags got to stay in
Hey.
London and the Bills had to go
Hey,
over there and play
Frank,
them.
you know
That's not
That
you know
fair.
what
the
you know what
London
wasn't fair?
games, you can.
Rest
That's
is a big
different.
thing. And
You know what
The
wasn't
London
fair,
games
Frank?
are different.
You know what wasn't
they're
fair?
getting rest. They're getting extra,
They're not getting
extra
jet
rest.
lag.
Hey.
is a
Jet lag for an
big deal.
entire
Hey,
day.
they had to play CMC at Wildcat quarterback in the NFC Championship last year, bro. I don't want to hear unfair, bro. Stop defending those scumbags.
And then
Frank.
also, I will say, I would like to push back on what you said, Zach, that they haven't blown anybody out. I think it's sometimes good when you don't blow teams out. Because the NFL, you're not going to blow people out consistently. You've got to be able to win the close games, make the big plays in crucial moments in games. And the Eagles know how to do all of that. So, I mean,
I think they do
it's
to
gonna
an
be a
extent.
big-
I think they do
Go
to an
ahead.
extent. Like I said, they're a great team. They're a good team. I just don't think they're as good as their record. There's teams that are below them in record that I think will beat them, and we saw that they got blown out at Lincoln Field. There's no excuse.
well,
There's no excuse
49ers
there.
Well,
are,
it's
on
not-
that,
yeah.
are on that tier.
There's no
with- it's
excuse.
not like they lost to the freaking.
Yeah, I don't care. They got blown out.
It's not like they lost to the Panthers or something. They lost to a really good team.
They
It's
did.
in the same tier as them.
Yeah.
as a really good.
Yeah.
team.
Now,
So it's not good. It's not good, but I'm just saying it's.
I-
Like, I think they got skimmed. Like rest is a big thing. Like
yeah,
we're getting
100%,
more days of
100%.
rest than
Now,
you.
I think I can actually agree with you, Frank, on a lot of what you said.
especially when
The
we're
rest,
getting
the
to
rest,
this
what
part
you
of the
said
season.
though,
Yeah,
the 3 days
the
rest
six-
actually is a very
For
significant
week 13, rest is a big
for
thing.
consecutive weeks. 100%,
Keeping players healthy.
100%. That is a major advantage, though. But to be fair, though, the Eagles did have the easiest record last year on strength of schedule, and they were the first seed, so they have to play all the first seeds, so they're going to have a harder schedule. That's just based off matchups, but you're more time based and time constraints. They have been screwed by that. You're all right though. That is definitely a bit of.
But I mean, I think the Eagles are still. I mean, this. I
still a
don't
great
think
team.
this-
Still
just
got
like-
still got great
It's
players.
like the Cowboys. When the Cowboys got, we said the things. Actually, I was one of the very few people to defend Dak Prescott in that game. After that game,
Three
so
picks in the
I
overnight
just
game?
like the Cowboys.
Oh,
It's
I was more upset at Kellen Moore, dude.
that was poor receivers not running correct routes.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
not
the
like
route, yeah,
attention to detail. in
Yeah,
that
terrible
Cowboys
execution.
49ers game
terrible
was
execution on
very poor
offense.
by the Cowboys.
Yeah, I would
They weren't
agree.
ready to
Horrible
play.
attention to
I'd
detail.
agree,
They weren't ready to
100%.
play.
Second.
Yeah, and
We're
dude,
just like
it was evident first
Right.
through last play. I mean, last play, guys. What do we see at Zeke's last play as a Cowboy? Y'all remember?
oh yeah, him at center.
Yeah, direct snap to Zeke and he got fucking leveled. That was basically the entire story of how our offense played. Tony Pollard got hurt and we were done.
Well,
We didn't know how to pass the football.
Let's talk more about the game earlier this season.
I just I'm not gonna overreact.
Well, that's true, that
to
is
this,
last
just
year.
like I didn't overreact.
Yeah, we do need to
that
move on.
one. I'm just there's good teams and
Yeah.
you know
The
I expect
49ers
are gonna
play
be good.
well versus good teams.
I will say this. I do expect.
But I mean, just like that, I think the Eagles could get them next
Yeah,
time.
I do.
They'll
I will say
probably-
this. We'll find out more about the Cowboys and Eagles when they play this week. Very important game.
So I say for all the
Yeah.
Eagles fans out there, hold the brakes. Get your hand.
It
off
is.
the
It is one
water.
loss.
Yeah.
It is.
You're fine.
Get ready
Now,
to
if
put
you
it-
lose to the Cowboys,
Yeah, put it
then
back
That
on.
could be an
Cowboys.
issue. That's
then
two
you can
teams.
you can have
That's two
maybe a
teams coming
finger
for
on
your
the
head.
alarm,
No.
almost about to pull it because then that'll be the 49ers ahead of you.
And I'm gonna say
if you
this.
lose
I'm gonna
those
keep
two.
saying this. We haven't
No.
lost in the past 6 years in Dallas, bro.
That'll have the
Look.
Cowboys and Eagles
stat.
tied for the division lead too, Frank. So
Hold
They don't
up.
wanna
It's
lose
it's
that
getting
game.
spicy.
But
It's
it's the
tight.
regardless, the 49ers would still be the number.
49ers are an
They'd be the
amazing
one
team.
seed.
They're absolutely
'cause they
stacked and
have-
loaded.
yeah, but we
Yeah.
would still have the fucking. I still want to win our division.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I
100%.
mean,
yeah, you would
wanna
though,
still win
dude.
your division.
Wait, if the Cowboys,
The one seed's a big thing.
I was
Getting that
doing
first
the
round bye.
playoff machine on the ESPN, and if y'all beat the
Dude.
Eagles next week,
I'm messing around
and
with it.
then y'all win out, the Eagles still somehow are above y'all. What I did on the playoffs, so y'all need another Eagle loss.
Okay. Two of them.
Um,
I'm sure they still have to play the Giants, don't they? I don't even think they've played the Giants once.
Yeah,
they
have
got to play the Giants twice.
and yeah, they're not losing
Yeah.
another game
Whew.
after that. They're winning out.
no, they have
Yeah.
they have an easy schedule
Well,
for the playoffs. Like
how
they're gonna be
still
ready.
above us.
I don't know. It's some like strength of schedule bullshit.
It's probably
or something.
strength of schedule. They probably have a harder.
They're
strength of
they
schedule.
they
That's
played
why
the
they're
first
here.
seeds.
Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
played Kansas City.
All right, boys. You guys ready to move on?
Yeah, we're-
Next
we're good.
game here.
Yeah.
Next game. That was the crowning jewel of the weekend, though. What it was going into it, and then it
was
didn't
not.
really turn out to be. Yeah. So next game here, we got Rams 36, Browns 19. Rams playoff team. That's what I'm thinking. They're a playoff team.
I think they can sneak in. I think they can.
I think they can too, and I don't think this is a team that you want to play in the playoffs either. They still got some nice pieces. Matthew Stafford can throw the ball all over the park still.
Yeah.
Royce
I mean-
Freeman with one carry, man.
Just trust in Sean McVay though. I mean, as long as I feel like he's coaching with competent pieces, he's gonna put a good offensive product on the
Oh
football
yeah, he's gonna scheme the hell out of you. is
Yeah.
what he's gonna do.
field. Yeah, you can always
Make
count
you
on that guy.
think. And Browns, I mean,
They've got Joe Flacco now. That's horrible. Good for Noah
he
King.
can still spin
That's
it.
horrible.
He can still spin it a little bit. He can still spin it a little bit. He just can't. They can't. They just can't.
If he gets
They-
hit
they-
once,
they-
I'm ready for a bone
Yeah.
to break. Those brittle. He's old, man. What is he? What? how
Not to
old is he?
mention, he's got to be like.
Joe Flacco's
37.
38.
There you go, 38.
That's honestly
But
younger than I thought.
they can't put him under center, dude. Because I was watching him try to run back there to hand the ball off, and he cannot do it. It like throws the entire timing of the play off when he tries to run back there and give the handoff. But yeah, I mean, I think the Rams could be a sneaky little playoff team. I think they could be a good little, possibly maybe even win a playoff game, depending on who they play. I think.
People forget how good Aaron
Maybe a hot
Donald
take.
is.
Talk that talk,
Yeah.
Shondell.
He's still looking good.
Dude,
With pressures.
he had an absolute insane hit on Geno Smith. I don't know if y'all saw that,
But
but
he was scared for his life in the mic'd up.
Oh yeah, dude. So the mic'd up Shondell, the mic'd up, was that the one where he snapped the ball and he saw him running at him? He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. It was.
So yeah, that was the first time they played. The second time they played, that exact same scenario happened where Aaron Donald basically just blitzed off the middle, basically unblocked, right at Geno. But this time he didn't see him, and bro, he got absolutely leveled. He got popped. Yeah, it was the same scenario.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
I do too. They can run the ball with Kyron Williams back.
Kyron
now.
has been a beast, man.
Yeah,
Kyron has been
so
a
Crazy.
beast.
I'm a big
Like
Rams
Todd
guy.
Gurley.
I'd probably root for them. If
Yeah,
they
it's
won
like
that.
Sean
So,
McVay almost got another Todd Gurley when Kyron is on the field, man. Just
Yeah.
dominance.
Alrighty, that one's short and sweet. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, there's
really
not too much to
talk
touch
about
up on that
It
one.
wasn't really. Yeah, it wasn't really a competitive game. The Rams kind of just blew them out.
Yeah.
All right, next game here. The Chiefs 19, Packers 27.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Can we get a freaking flag, man?
I think Bruce has
EPI.
the whatever
Wait, what is it?
Brennan was gonna say.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Bruce.
I'm sick of
Oh.
this.
Go
Oh
Pack.
yeah,
You have
man.
Brennan's statement.
Yeah, go Pack, go, man. Go back, go. I'm just gonna channel the vessel and energy of Brandon real quick. Jordan Love. Let's talk about Jordan Love. They wrote him off earlier in the season. I made a comment about his interceptions earlier in the season, but his interceptions, I think they're warranted. This is once again one of the teams that attempts passes at one of the highest rates in the NFL. His offense is really built on passing, and their defense is really built on pass rushing. So this matchup against the Chiefs is actually a very good primetime matchup. The teams kind of matched up pretty well. The Chiefs have a great passing defense. Packers pass on offense a lot more, especially with the injuries to Aaron Jones this year. Out of the Packers, though, I liked what I saw from the receivers, man. It looked like the weapons around Jordan Love and Jordan Love actually synergized for this game against the Chiefs. Looks like they were in sync on most of the plays. There were a lot of catches that were contested in this game that were very good.
Except Christian Watson has
And-
glass for hamstrings.
Yeah, and Christian Watson, man, that was tragic, especially after his touchdown grab. Man, you hate to see that because
He
the
gets hurt
offense.
taking a knee.
And yeah, man, and this is once again, this was a primetime game against the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, Patrick Mahomes felt pretty good. He wasn't sick like when he played the Broncos. So this definitely wasn't a fluke game. I think the Packers played really well. There's definitely some shoddy calls when it came to the PI and having players climb on top of receivers' backs before the ball gets there. But besides
That
that,
was a PI. Let's just call it.
hey,
as it is.
hey,
It's a PI.
refs didn't call it.
If I was the
Packers
official,
have
I
a
would've
W.
thrown every flag in my pocket.
Packers have a W. We're just gonna call it blank.
3 flags.
Hey, we're gonna-
just on one pin.
We're gonna call it blanket.
They'd have to come. The white hat would be walk over and be, what do you got? You threw 3 flags. Pass interference 3 times on the corner. All 3 times. One for grabbing him, one for jumping on his back, and then one because he's a fucking Packers player.
Wow, I think that's discrimination. I think that's a Title
I
IX
don't give a
case.
shit.
Okay, well,
It's bullshit.
moving on, guys.
I will say this: Packers had to play their best game, and they still only won by 8 points. Fuck them.
Wow. Once again, guys, that is a Bears fan speaking, and still go back go on this side. You know how we do it. Jordan Love the
No,
truth, better than
just
AR-12
Packers.
coming up for that next Lombardi
Jordan
Trophy.
Love. Let's get to him. I'd love to talk about Jordan Love.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna hold my pin.
Yeah.
And skip for a minute. Jordan Love should have had 3 picks.
Oh.
The guy's just throwing the ball all over the air, and it's not getting intercepted.
You sound kind of
You wanna
salty.
hear when people tell you life's not fair?
Yeah.
This is what they mean. Life's not fair.
Yeah.
Not ever fair.
Out of 11 incompletions, he should have thrown 3 interceptions.
Yes.
Talk
Looked
to him,
like he
Mill.
had pretty good.
Talk
first
to him,
game,
Mill.
Frank. I watched the game.
Yeah.
Jordan Love played his ass
I'm not
off.
Jordan Love.
That one he threw up to Romeo Dobbs that just when he was falling down, Romeo Dobbs, and he caught it as he was falling down, that should have been a pick.
It's great
That hung
placement.
up in the air for 20 minutes.
It's good placement.
Replacement, man.
No.
If the-
And then another thing, why will nobody blitz Jordan Love? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Nobody will blitz him ever.
He's too cool.
It's just stand him back there, let him fucking smoke his brisket and throw the football. No, every single time I had a stat and I fucking lost it. Jordan Love is one of the worst quarterbacks against pressure in the league, and for some reason nobody pressures him. Sounds kind of rigged to me. Nobody will send more than 3 to 4 rushers at him. It's kind of rigged, but where was my stat?
I don't know, Frank. They
I'm
beat
not
the
gonna be able
Kansas
to
City
find the
Chiefs.
stat now.
Not much you can really
No, they
shit on them.
didn't. Sure, bud. Sure.
Is
sure.
Mahomes regressing, or is, like Frank said, is Matt Nagy ruining his career?
Matt Nagy's ruining his career easily. Where is it, dude? I'm not gonna be able to find it now. What a sad story. Yeah, but anyways, I don't think the Packers should have won this game. I think this had Patrick Mahomes comeback win written all over it, and the refs didn't allow it. That's what I think.
Yeah, it was a
That
blatant
bastard.
DPI. That was blatant.
Oh yeah, I would have emptied out all of my pockets, like I said. But yeah, Brennan's not here. Thank God, because I don't want to hear him gloat. We'll come up for air on Jordan Love maybe once or twice. But yeah, I'm just ready to move on to the next game. Life's not fair, you know.
This next game is the definition of life's not fair for the two teams we're going to talk about.
All right, next game. Bengals 34, Jags 31.
That's these two organizations is the definition of life's not fair, Frank. Both your starting quarterbacks get injured. Trevor Lawrence isn't going to play for the rest of the year. Probably.
No, he's not out the rest of the year. They said
It's
he might
just a
play
high
this
ankle?
week. Doug
don't-
Peterson said he has an outside chance to play this week, which sounds like he's not going to play this week, but
I'll tell you one thing. I don't feel bad for either of these teams die. So let's just get that out of
That's
the way
fine.
right now.
You're
I don't feel bad.
you don't feel
for
bad
either.
for many organizations, Frank. You're a Bears fan. They all feel bad for you.
I feel bad for the Jags because that was the first time
eat
they've
it,
seen a Monday night football game in that was the first time they've seen a Monday night football game in 12 years, and they all packed the stadium, and their quarterback gets hurt
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter when it's a tie game.
Do you think they win the
Well-
game with Trevor Lawrence or no?
Definitely.
Yeah, they probably.
They should have never even
Oh, yeah,
been in this
they do.
scenario. They should have already shit on them
They should have.
Well,
by the time he got hurt.
their defense just wasn't. They didn't fill up to the task.
Let's give a little credit to Jake Browning though, Frank. You should have shit on him, but he fucking walked around and skirted the ball around.
He played a hell
He
of a
did.
game.
354. I didn't even realize he threw for that much. I knew he was throwing that bitch.
Yeah.
But 354, a
He played a good
touchdown.
game.
He didn't have an interception.
Only missed 5
Didn't-
passes.
Just as a team in general, the Bengals had a good game plan going into the game. I think executed it pretty well.
If he had more touchdowns,
game,
Jake
he
Browning
won.
might have had one of the sneaky performances of the year. This stat
But
line's
I mean,
crazy.
dude, the NFL right now is down bad. Like they scheduled all of these games before the season, and now here we are to them all. Like, now we get the Steelers Patriots on Thursday.
Well, I don't know who thought that was going to be a good game at the beginning of the year.
Who's fucking best? Yeah, whoever that was.
That was a
needs to be
miss
taken
at the beginning.
public execution.
All right, I don't know, Frank.
I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't want to watch that shit.
This wasn't even 34 to 31 is a high scoring
No,
affair.
it was a-
I mean,
it was
there
a good
It was an
game.
explosive game.
Not this game. I'm saying Steelers Patriots, public execution for whoever came up with that.
Yeah,
game
but
on
but
Thursday
you did start talking about it like the that they haven't been good the primetime games. This was a decent primetime game. There might have been two backup quarterbacks at the end, but like there was still a good performance that was put out there.
Yeah, but it doesn't like. Okay, here. Let's put it this way. You just came in here and said, "Oh, I didn't even know Jake Browning threw for 350."
Yeah, I didn't even watch the game.
You wouldn't know.
I didn't even
You
watch
wouldn't
it.
know because it was Jake Browning. Jake Browning is not like it doesn't catch your eye. Now, if Joe Burrow was out there and threw for 354, you've been right away. You've been like, "Oh, Joe Burrow had a good game."
Oh, I would have actually watched it.
Exactly that too. Viewership down.
It was
Oh,
actually
We
up.
got to get in the office, Roger. We got to get in the office, Roger.
Viewership was actually up. It was up 47% from last Monday.
Really?
They inflated those numbers, Noah. I'll tell you that. They inflated,
Inflated them, okay.
They inflated them. They probably got a bunch of AIs and tuned them
Yeah,
in the game.
okay.
Jesus. That's what we're on.
All right, a bunch of freaking NPCs. All right, well, that is going to do it. That's going to wrap up the Week 13 recap. Next, we're going to go into the next portion of this show, my favorite portion, the Horsecock Locks of the Week, presented by Tree Deep.
There we go. Cheerio.
Who do we want in here first?
Me, right here.
Dak?
Yeah. It has to be spreads, right? Or money line.
Spread.
Spreads and player prop.
Spreads or over-unders?
Okay. Put your mortgage. If you have a 401k, if you work full time, if you don't, just go to your parents or whoever claims you as a dependent when you were a kid. Get their 401k, liquefy all the assets in it, take it out, put it into whatever sports book you like, all right? Whatever the maximum withdrawal, use a promo. Fuck it. Go take Dallas Cowboys spread.
Really?
They're playing in Dallas.
That was gonna be my number. He doesn't even know the number. It's crazy. He shouldn't be.
I don't
allowed
have
get the
to.
number.
I don't have to.
It's
I don't
3.5, Frank. Just
It
by
could
the
be
way.
negative 26 for the Cowboys. You take that shit.
It was gonna be my number.
It's over. It's the rapture. It's the
Cowboys
rapture.
plus
It's the
3.5,
end times.
right?
No, they're minus
No, they're the
3.5.
favorite.
They're
Minus, yeah.
favorited.
Y'all, hey, let me ask the listeners, let me ask y'all up here in the studio, all right? When God was angry, he sent swarms of locusts to eat the crops. You know what he does now? He sends out his 22 bravest warriors on a 55-man roster every Sunday, Thursday, and Monday night. The Dallas Cattlemen. And they're coming for the Eagles, bro. It's over. GG.
Dallas Cattlemen.
I
Love
like
that.
GG.
that.
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce, what is the player prop?
Play a prop. You know what I'm going with. You know I'm going to say it, Shondell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Give me it. Dak Prescott, 2 touchdowns. Over 1.5, bruh. Who the Eagles guarding? Sam Howell could get 2 touchdowns.
It's probably at 2.5.
It's at 2.5. Okay.
Probably.
let's
yeah.
check.
Dak,
Dude,
let's
sure.
check. Let's check.
1.5
Let's
is
check.
freaking free.
Let's check.
It doesn't have
Because he's been
player
at-
props on Cliff yet.
No, it's not.
No,
on there.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be on prize.
He's at 282.5 passing yards.
I'm gonna
so-
take touchdowns. If he's at 2.5 passing touchdowns, I'll take his anytime for a rush.
Okay. So you want him anytime rushing touchdown?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure on Fliff his passing is going to be at 1.5. I don't think they might bump it for this game. They do actually bump it to 2.5.
Yeah,
Y'all are right.
The over
Y'all
under
are
is
right.
at 52.
Yeah, it's at 2.5. You want 2.5?
Actually, let me change my player prop because I think 2.5 is a little risky. I want to give y'all a lock. Okay, I don't want to give y'all a risk play.
Okay.
I'll do the same game. I don't even need to look at the other teams what they're playing. I'll do the same game. Give me. I'm trying to think, man. For defense. All right, I was trying to think about tackles and matchups, but for the Cowboys, when it comes to the run game, we just have a lot of guys step up. The Eagles like to run the ball a lot, so I don't really know who's gonna do well in the tackles department. So I'm just gonna play it More safe. I'm just gonna go Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown. Just push. Over.
Hurts
And Hurts anytime touchdown.
I like
Or
that.
rushing. Yeah. I think it's a fair play.
over 0.5 TDs.
Yeah.
Rushing TDs. All right. All right. Who wants to go next?
I got.
Sorry, Mel.
I got a lock. It's all right. I still got my player prop. I'm gonna start the bandwagon. Christian McCaffrey was free money for all those weeks, and Tony Pollard's gonna start his reign.
I
This
like
is going to
that.
be 3 weeks in a row for me hitting Tony Pollard anytime
Love it.
touchdown,
Love that.
and I'm gonna continue to hit it because it's free money for y'all. We're gonna go week 14. I was gonna go Dallas 3.5. Can't do that now.
Sorry.
I'm gonna do Colts -1. I like that number. Colts are a good
Ooh,
team.
Okay,
They're a good
Mill.
team. Colts
Okay.
That was
-1.
actually
It's you mania.
that was going to be mine.
Good pick, Mill.
Colts -1.
I'll pick. Good stuff.
All right. Noah, you want to go next?
Sure. All right. I got for my player prop, I'm gonna go first on that one. I'm gonna go CJ Stroud passing yards at 251.5, currently on Prize Picks. And then I'm gonna go with my spread pick. I'm gonna go with God damn. This is a shitty slate.
There's some good games in there, Noah.
I'm gonna go Rams +7.
The Ravens.
It's the Ravens.
All right. Dell, you want to go next or you want me to?
I'll give you mine. My spread is gonna be in the 12 o'clock game. We got the Detroit Lions -3.5.
That's gross.
Hey, I like it, Shondell. Fuck that. That's 2-0 Dell.
And
That shit
then
not fucking it.
You hate Frank. Frank's hating, bro.
and then sadly I don't
The
get
host.
I don't get to
It's,
take
it's only Tuesday and that shit not fucking it.
That's so crazy, bro.
I don't get to take my pride and joy Sam Howell interception. So I'm
Oh.
gonna mosey on down to the Monday night game, or one of the Monday night games, and take the Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown.
Good pick.
Free as air.
Good pick, Shondell. Like that.
First round of the playoffs. And some fantasy
All right.
leagues. Good luck.
Short street for you boys. I got Broncos +3 against the Chargers. And then I
Okay.
also have shit. I have who did I just have?
Justin Fields.
No, I don't have Justin Fields. Then I have Josh Allen over 265.5 passing yards.
Not too shabby. That new OC, man, new offense. They've been doing wonders.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
Dallas plays him soon, so it's gonna be a good game.
Who do the Bills play? Oh, the
Alright.
Chiefs. I like that.
Chiefs, high scoring game.
I think they have a good slate. I think they have a juicy
Alrighty.
slate coming up.
Well, that's gonna be the show for you guys. It's gonna be the podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we're gonna have y'all make sure you go follow the YouTube. We're getting a YouTube out. We're gonna have an Instagram out soon, so make sure you guys go follow that. And, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Angels.
Peace.